editing a novel, telling the words the right way. So let's begin. I recently attended a one-day writing seminar devoted to editing, which is a welcome change from multi-day ones covering too much. The presenters did a fine job going over what authors and writers need to know about editing without belaboring the point. So here's my summary. And I think most viewers will like it too, because most people like to read. And if they know a little bit about editing, they'll spot what's working in the book. Here are some of the tropes about editing. You can't edit a blank page. There's no such thing as writing, only rewriting. Write first, edit second, third, and fourth, and etc. until done. And there are three kinds of editing. Developmental or structural editing, which is all about making sure your story has desire, that's external character wants, and then internal needs, conflict, stakes, emotion, action. Action is a crisis-like turning point that exhibits cause and effect. Character and a character value change. And sequel. Copy or line editing, which is all about getting the right words used grammatically, syntactically, and semantically the right way so the reader likes them. And then there's proofreading, which is all about getting typos out and the right punctuation in. When you begin editing, you should check that your story fits into the widely accepted 3-act structure, which contains 5 turning points, often labeled inciting incident, conflict, crisis, climax, and resolution. The presenters mentioned books written by Joseph Campbell, Chris Vogler, John Truby, Jessica Brody, and Blake Snyder are good for learning more about some of the details. And you should pattern each scene as much as makes sense using this structure, while escalating suspense and tension as the plot unfolds. And when you begin editing, make sure you know which of the story types your book fits in. And here are the types: action-adventure, crime or mystery, horror, love or romance, worldview, validation, and redemption. And you might wish to weave 2 together. One would be for the main character's external wants, and the other for the internal needs. When editing, you must check pacing. You want the plot to move along so readers don't get bored, but you don't want to rush through and never give them an opportunity to decompress and enjoy the emotions of what they've vicariously just lived through. Remember that a book is a collection of chapters, and a chapter is a collection of scenes. And editing is done scene by scene. So in editing each scene, make sure it contains a setting, identifiable and empathetic characters, a goal, conflict with choices, action leading to emotional change, and the segue to the next scene. When doing this, ask yourself 3 questions. Does something happen? Does the main character make a choice and a decision? Is it significant? If your story is too long for its genre, find unneeded scenes to cut. These are the scenes that don't move the plot ahead or develop the characters. If it's too short, add subplots that connect characters to the overall plot. Writers can develop their editing skills by reading and writing widely and often, getting help from a professional editor, recruiting a beta reader support group, or hiring a writing coach. And please remember, when reading and writing widely, focus on reading what are considered great books by great writers, and writing by following instructions that produce outstanding pages. Every multi-day writing seminar covers editing, but they all say pretty much the same. Sometimes the presenters make up their own definitions and get bogged down in too many examples. You decide when watching and listening if they are entertaining enough to stay tuned. And I think I've reached a place to end this podcast. So I will thank you for listening and hope you got something out of it. And bye-bye until next time.